for Fiat 500 Sport. Now I could feel a kind of a rattling noise through the suspension, and I narrowed it down to the driver's side wishbone or the bushing being gone. So I said I just replaced the whole wishbone. And this cost €48 delivered, purchased online. The things I were required to do this were an axle stand, socket set, extension bar, torque set, lump hammer, and WD-40 or freon oil. This altogether took about 3 hours. The bumper needed to be removed with torque screws or torque screwdriver, and then the wheel arch was held by Phillips screws. I then loosened the top bumper bar as well as the bottom one. This then helped allow access to the extension bar that connected also to the wishbone underneath the car. The bolts I found were quite long, maybe it's a Fiat thing or an Italian thing. Took a bit of time, had to wiggle out the original wishbone, and then getting in the replacement also took a bit of wiggling as well. I found removing the water bottle really helped give a bit of extra room with the pry bar. I would recommend that you take your time with this. A bit of help also helps with this process, because sometimes an extra set of eyes really does help if you have to wiggle these little bits and pieces out. So that was really it. Getting it back in was easier than removing it. Just watch out for the anti-roll bar. You need to kind of push in the replacement. The jack, you might need to jack it as you're pushing it in, so tap it in or use the pry bar for this process. So I've replaced it. Winding it back on was tough with the bolts itself, but I found, since I then took the car for a drive afterwards, big improvement. So I hope this helped. This was for the driver's side now. So if the water bottle was in the way for this on the passenger side, you wouldn't have the water bottle. But I would recommend moving out the top bar as well on the bumper, just to give a bit more wiggle room for the pry bar. And that was really it. And it also has made improvement to the handling of the car. As you can see, the original bushing is quite worn, a few cracks, a bit of movement. And replacement, even though it says Ford, does fit this car. I think it's a Ford car, but hope this helped.